Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Konosuba Season 3 Episode 7 reaction. So the previous episode, yeah, it was a really good episode. First of all, Kazuma and Chris, both of them went out to get back the thing, the necklace, that divine treasure, whatever that's called. And more shenanigans happen while they were doing all of that. And like in the end, we are able to get away with it. But at the same time, we also grab Iris's ring, which is very important because it's supposed to indicate like betrothal, and once when the princess is supposed to give that to the person she's going to marry, this and that, all those things. So after Darkness got to know that, Darkness told Kazuma to keep it with him and take it to the grave, never bring it out, or like stuff like that. And yeah, and in the end we were able to get that treasure. Iris indicated that she does know it was Kazuma, who stole the thing. But in the end, in the final scene, we get to see that there's another thing, like another like information, like kind of associated with the ring, which is that whoever will defeat the Demon King will get the right to marry the princess, that kind of thing. Also, I forgot to mention this. Kazuma showed his skills like to the entirety in the previous episode. Now, one thing happened. I was thinking like, was this like Vanir's influence on something because he was wearing the mask? But people in the comments let me know that it was very obvious in the novel, but it wasn't that made that obvious in the anime. That no, this wasn't Vanir. This was all Kazuma's skills. It's just the mask just made him more like head more clearer and made it easier for him to do stuff that he usually doesn't do. So no credit goes to Vanir. It was Kazuma all himself. So yeah, that's good to know because we barely get to see Kazuma do like cool stuff. So it was great to see him show his all these things. And another thing happened in the end, which was we got to see that Aldert is supposed to be the person who gave that treasure to Iris's brother. And obviously, it's pretty obvious why he did that. He wants to probably become the king. Another thing someone mentioned in the comment, which I never thought about, but that was exactly the reason why he was saying that Darkness should get married to Iris's brother, because he wanted to switch places, and that would mean he would get to marry Darkness. It makes so much sense now. So yeah, all those stuff happens. So yeah, let's see what happens in today's episode. This is episode number 7. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. What is that? Money? Oh, damn. I'm just thinking, how is he going to lose all of this money? Oh boy. Yeah, really? Wow. I knew it. Don't spend all your money, please. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be broke again. Oh boy. 1 week. Oh God. Yeah. Okay, you're going too far now. Rest of it this. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah. Why is he speaking? What the hell? Why does he have a? Hey, who was filming it? Probably not. Is it? All right. There we go. Hmm. It took him that long to think of a counter argument. Yeah. Well, it's a fish. It'll taste like a fish. What? Okay, that's nah. I doubt that. He completely dropped his whole like the accent, the whole thing that he was doing. 3 stars. Oh, he's back at it again. Nice. Damn. Oh, exact change. They, ayo. Right. Phantom menu. Wow. Right. What the hell is happening here? Yeah. What is this? Um. Right. Wait, what? What's that? Ice? She was feeding her ice? Yeah. Well, it's been a long time, you know. A long time she had to keep it all in. Well, obviously, makes sense. Ah, that's why. Well, oh wow. Remind me of what? Oh, oh. No. Well, for darkness, he should probably enjoy it. There's no point in doing it to her. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, she was, you know, holding herself back. What? No. That doesn't look like a dragon's egg. That looks like a chicken egg. What the hell? Yep, he's a scammer. Oh lord. Here we go. A dragon egg. Obviously, it's a. No, definitely not. Wow. Oh boy. Is he going to ask for money? Yeah. Great. Definitely a scammer. Wow. Oh my god. Are you. Wow, her intelligence really is at the bottom. What? Bird dragon. Oh. Oh god. Yeah. Wow. Oh my god. Oh. Hmm. Okay, damn, that's a lot. Even more than. Wow. What type of. Yeah. Hmm. Prevent that also. Ah. Well, that makes sense. Well, you just. Okay, no, that's exploitation. Wow. Oh my god. The Dulahan. Darkness probably was gonna like. Would like that. Oh my god. Aqua's. What? Shadow of destruction is around you? Oh. Huh. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Right. What? Oh, that's why. Hmm. Oh no, it's because of something else. Right. Okay. Picked up with what? This reminding me of Kazuma's whole. This reminding me of Kazuma's, like when he got arrested in front of that truth bell or whatever it's called. Oh boy. Right. Oh my god. Oh, are you for real? Wow, so you're just asking her for the sake of it. What does that mean? Family home? Oh, oh no. Oh my god. Will be in vain. Oh boy. Doesn't know. Bruh. Hmm. But she's not gonna do that. She going back to her. Yeah. Hmm. Right. This doesn't look good. Another prophecy. Should not. Marketable merchandise. Yeah, someone else might be able to help her. Oh, fish. Oh god, it's right. What is? Well, oh my god! Didn't she say that? Yeah. Oh, are you? Look at the amount of red skulls on it. Hmm. She said that in front of Iris. Yeah? Nah, I don't think so. What? This guy? Oh god. Oh. Yeah? I don't know. His face. Oh boy. Oh my god. Hmm. Right. Wait, does she really need to go on that? Like, I was thinking she was just saying because, she wants to. What? Wait. Oh, are you. Okay. Okay. Dragon Slayer? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Ye- I. You're not her. Okay. I. Is that really I don't think that's a dragon. Okay, whatever. Oh. Hmm. Well, it is getting purified, so what the hell? Uh, hmm. Well, let her do what. Oh no. Wait, there's so many. What are those? There's more than. Oh my. Where? Oh. Imagine sleeping in the water. Right. Oh god, what is that? Is that the Hydra? Why are they showing that room? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Right. This isn't good. Okay. Well, okay. Okay, one thing. I'm very confused about the whole Hydra part. Like, she suddenly brought that out. I was under the impression that she, usually this is darkness we're talking about. So I was like, oh, she's doing one of her usual things, bringing in like one of the craziest, like, like bounty missions just because of her being a masochist, like that's what I was thinking because that's what she usually does. And then she was like, oh no, like, like help me out with this. And she seemed genuine about it. And then Kazuma's like, oh, like you've gotten better at like, like with crocodile tears. So I'm like, wait, so was she being genuine about it or was that her usual, thing? And again now, like when the Hydra came out, they're showing Alder's like face, like zooming in on it and all that. So I'm okay. So I think this probably has a bigger significance than what I initially thought it would be. I genuinely thought it was one of Darkness's typical, like getting a bounty which is like extremely dangerous just so that she can, I thought it was one of that, but it seems like it might not be the case. This is something different. Okay. Mm-mm. Okay. All right. Before I begin, let me read what Verdia has to say. Okay, Verdia here. You mentioned Sato Kazuma. I hear about his antics every now and then. Surprised to find out he's still alive. Makes me wonder how many times he's been resurrected. Seems unfair. Granted, if a priest used resurrection on me, it'd just do a bunch of damage. It's also crazy to hear about how the weirdly sturdy Crusader woman is still in one piece. What kind of party consists entirely of crazy people like that? Are they even worse than the Devil King's army? Oops, pardon me. Obviously, the craziest ones of all are those of us in the army. Well, Devil King, do look after yourself. Strike. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that was today's episode. So, like I was saying, I genuinely thought that was Darkness being Darkness. Like when she brought in that thing, I was like, oh, it's one of Darkness's antics again. Usually she goes to the guild and like tries to get the most dangerous like bounties. You've seen that in season 1. She did that before just so that she can get a kick out of it. That's why she does that. So I was thinking, oh, it's one of those. But then I got so confused in the middle because at first, in the middle of it, it seemed she genuinely wanted them to like take the job, not because of her usual tendencies, masochistic tendencies, but for some other reason. It seemed like it. But then Kazuma was like, oh, you've gotten better at crying crocodile tears. So I was like, wait, so which is it? Is she genuinely like, does she genuinely want to do this or what's going on? So I was very confused. And then again in the end, that part when the Hydra comes in and we get to see Aldab just sitting and smiling in front of that picture. Okay, here's another thing. How the hell does he have a picture of Darkness in his place? Like who sketched that? Like what? Like I'm just so confused how he got his hand on that. I have no idea. Either way, or wait, is that even Darkness? It seems like Darkness, but like I was gonna say she looks so different here, but I guess that's literally what Darkness is. Like she looks extremely different when she wears like a different dress from her usual like armor. So like I remember in what was it? Was it season 2? Season 2 when Darkness came in. If you remember, Darkness went like in the very beginning part of the season. Darkness went back to her home, and then like after a few days she came back, and like when she comes back, everyone wasn't able to recognize her. Even I wasn't able to recognize her for a moment. I didn't realize that was Darkness, with the hat and everything, and with the dress. And then when they're like, "Oh, you're Darkness," I'm like, "Oh my god, that's Darkness." So yeah, like I also got a sense. So I guess this can be Darkness. She looks so different, but it wouldn't surprise me if this is Darkness. It probably is Darkness. Like otherwise, like why would Alder be smiling at it, just sitting down and So yeah, what I was saying is that the fact that the Hydra comes up and then they suddenly switch the scene to that scene, like Alder in front sitting down, makes me think something else. And then we see like Darkness genuinely like like concerned about the whole situation. And okay, so yeah, so this, I think like something's going on here. I'm not really able to put my finger on it. Like, what's going on? Why does darkness have to take in um this bounty? Like, is there a particular reason for it? Maybe because, like, like, I think, who was it that mentioned that, are you that, like, like, is your family that much in debt that you need to go to do this and, like, earn money using this method? Who was it? Was it Kazuma, or someone? One of them said something like that. Maybe that's why. Is that why? Like, that's why she's trying to take in such a crazy bounty, because if they're able to do it, they'll be able to rake in a lot of money, and darkness probably needs that to do something about, maybe something happened to her family, and she's trying to help out with that. That would answer the question. That would actually make sense if that's why she's doing this. It can be, because I feel like, what I think that happened. Alder probably did something. He probably, like, I don't know, like, pulled some strings or whatever, and somehow, like, Dustina's family is in debt now. Something like that has happened, and darkness is trying to fix that, and that's why she came in with this. Not because of her usual, like, masochistic tendencies, but because she genuinely needs the money, and she wants to get, like, hunt this Hydra so that they can rake in a lot of money at the same time. And that's why she was so, like, like, genuinely, she, like, when I was asking Kazuma for help. Because obviously Kazuma at the end was like, just because, like, I was also doing it like exactly, my also reaction was also very similar to Kazuma's, because this is what darkness usually does. She just goes into the guild, gets, like, one of the strongest, like, bounties, just because, so that she can get a kick out of it, so I would have also dismissed it. But when, like, like, Kazuma saw that darkness is genuinely, like, telling him to take this, that's probably when Kazuma changed his mind, and he realized something is going on, and he decided to take it in, take it up. So I don't know. Again, these are all speculations. I'm not really sure exactly if that's what's going on, but it would make sense if that something like that is going on. Either way, let's wait and see what happens. So yeah, like, that was what happened in today's episode. Like, the important parts, let me talk about. First of all, Kazuma got a lot of money from the whole thing, and then after, like, coming to Vanir's place and getting the profit that they're getting, he was able to get more money from that as well. So everything, like, at least in the economical way, like, economical aspect, they're doing good now, for now at least. And then we had, like, darkness being darkness, obviously, like, up until now she was, like, reining herself down, like, kind of straining and keeping herself, like, yeah, restraining herself. Like, that's what I was trying to say. I wasn't finding that word, because of the whole thing with the royal families and everything. And she had to become she was the most normal person up until now in this whole season. Which episode is this? Episode 7. So up in this first 6 episodes, she was the most normal out of all of them. She had to be the most normal out of them. Otherwise, it's literally in front of the royalty. She cannot really, do her normal shenanigans. And that's why she's probably just tired of all of it. So she's, like, full blown glowing out now. Like, as we see her getting tied and left in front of the fireplace while Megumin is using ice to, I don't know what she was doing with that. She was just, like, making, like, using the ice to, just rub it on her face or whatever, while darkness was just on the ground, tied up. Oh boy. But yeah, she's just going all out, because up until now she was restraining herself. And then there's this other thing that's going on with Aqua thinking that someone gave her, like, a dragon egg or whatever. It's a chicken egg. Like, what dragon? I you know what? I have no idea. It's definitely not a dragon egg. That guy looked like a scammer. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Aqua thinks that's a dragon egg. So when a chicken is going to come out, I don't know what she'll say. how she'll react. It can go in two ways. Either she's going to be like, what the hell, I got scammed, and she'll probably like throw a tantrum. Either that, or she'll probably like go in such a shock that she'll probably try to convince herself, oh, this is a dragon, but it's a chicken, probably. Like, she'll probably think of the chicken as a dragon. She'll try to, I don't know, like probably convince herself of that. Because this is aqua we're talking about. So yeah, something like that might happen. Who knows? But I'm genuinely like, I doubt a dragon is going to come out of that. Even if it's not a chicken, maybe it'll be something else, but definitely not a dragon. But we'll see. So yeah, that's that as well. And then we have what's his name? Vani. Yeah, Vani's prophecies about darkness. So now here's the important part of today's episode. A few things he kind of says. First of all, he says that something is going to happen to her family, Darkness's family. Some danger is coming, and Darkness, even if she thinks, like he said, like a particular word he said that you might think that you self-sacrificing yourself might work, but unfortunately nothing will resolve the problem that's coming to your family. No amount of self-sacrifice will help. So if you do something, like if you try to self-sacrifice yourself, it'll all be in vain. And he stops at that. He doesn't say anything else. However, when Darkness leaves, he tells Kazuma, I have said that she cannot do anything about that situation. I've not said anything about someone else doing something about it. So, like he obviously told Kazuma to keep an eye on her and maybe help her out when needed. So that's what's happening. And Vanir also told Darkness to kind of go off or something, like maybe run away from this. If she thinks that will help her out, she can do that. Okay, here we go. This is the part where he says that it may be most wise to abandon everything and flee. Perhaps you could take this shrinking violet of a man who doesn't make a move despite thinking, I bet she'd say yes if I went for it. Oh Lord. And elope to the ends of the world to start over. So yeah, he's basically like, just run away from here if you think that's necessary and required, because no amount of self-sacrifice will help you out. So that's all you can do. And later, after she leaves, he tells Kazuma that I have not said anything about other people helping her out. I've just said that she herself won't be of any help to herself or her situation. So there you go. Now here's the thing. Like I said, Darkness says over here that, oh, I'm going back to my family for now to see what's going on. So this is what I think happened. Like, again, these are all speculations. I'm not 100% sure. But I think she went back home. Probably don't know what's happening over there, but something probably related to money problems or something like that is happening. Someone maybe like did something and they are in debt or something like that, I feel like. And Darkness went back and got to know that from her dad. And she came back the next day. As you can see in this scene, Darkness suddenly comes back, like opening the door while Kazuma was with Chomsuke. And she comes rushing in and she's like, oh, like this Hydra, can we do this? Can we get, go and defeat this thing? So the reason why she did that, usually why she does stuff like this, is because she likes it. She just wants to get bullied. So, she deliberately chooses these dangerous quests to get a kick out of it. So that's why she does it, usually. But this time I think it's different. She probably went back home, got to know whatever's going on, and maybe she realized that they need some money. That's why she went into the guild, saw this Hydra quest probably paying the most and amount of money, and she grabbed it. She came to Kazuma and she's like, we need to get this. But obviously, like I said, I'm pretty sure most of the people who was watching this episode and Kazuma, we all assumed, or at least I would think that we all assumed, that Darkness is doing this because of her usual tendencies. She just does this all the time, grabs a very difficult quest just to get a kick out of it. So, we were just like, no, come on, no, we're not doing this, that kind of thing. Even Kazuma was acting like that. And then Darkness, here's the thing. I just realized something. I didn't think about this at that time when she was saying all of this. Like, we've seen this before, obviously, like Darkness, doing stuff like crazy stuff like this, like taking like a very dangerous quest and saying like, oh, Kazuma, let's do this. And Kazuma's like, no, we're not doing this and that. Usual banter, we've always seen that. Never ever in my life I've ever seen Darkness go further than that. This time she did that. I didn't think about it while I was reacting, but it's very odd. She said here, as you can see, that, oh, fine, upon completion of the quest, I will give you a kiss on your cheek. I think that's what she says. I didn't think of it much at that point, but that is something that Darkness would never say. I doubt she's not someone like that who'd say something like that ever. So this shows she genuinely needs to do this quest. I should have thought it when I was reacting, but amongst all of those things, I wasn't able to think properly. But now that I'm thinking about it, that in itself is a heavy indication that she genuinely needs to do this because of some reason, and it's probably more like money problems or something like that, So I didn't really think about it much, and I just brushed it aside. So did Kazuma. Kazuma's like, what the hell, I'm not risking my life for that, and and so yeah, so this is the first time we've seen usually what Darkness does. Darkness brings some crazy requests like this, and Kazuma disregards it, and Kazuma's like, what the hell, no, we're not doing this, and that's it. That's the end of the whole conversation. She doesn't go further than that. Over. End. But this time she didn't do that. She went further than that because she genuinely needs it. Even she goes further than that as well. When Kazuma disregards that as well, she goes and bows in front of him, and just she's like almost like crying. So at which Kazuma, in the end, Kazuma's like, okay, whatever, let's do this. So yeah, that was a very clear indication that she genuinely needs to do this. She's not doing this for her usual masochism. She's doing this because she genuinely needs it. So yeah, and another heavy indication for that is the ending, where we see the Hydra coming in and Darkness realizing how much of a dangerous situation this is, and then suddenly we just change scenes into Aldarb's mansion, and Aldarb's just grinning in front of Darkness's picture. So that whole thing. So yeah. So it's pretty obvious that this is something that she's probably doing this because she needs the money. But yeah, or maybe it's something else. I'm not really sure. Again, these are all assumptions. I'm not 100% sure if that's exactly what's going on. But I would think that it's something close to what I'm thinking. Something like that is going on. I'm 100% sure now, that after thinking about all this whole thing, that she genuinely needed to do this. And that's why she went so hard on Kazuma accepting this quest, because she knows she cannot do it on her own, and she knows that she needs her whole party's help to do this. And honestly speaking, Megumin herself would be like the trump card in most of the situations like this. Like, Megumin's explosion magic can do wonders, even if she's a one shot wizard. She just gives one shot and just runs out of everything. That one shot is so devastating that it can literally just destroy anything. So having the whole party with her, she definitely realized that unless and until Kazuma and her group helps me out, we won't be able to do anything. I won't be able to do anything, or so yeah, she definitely needed Kazuma's help for this. Kazuma and her party's help. Yeah. And yeah, that was today's episode. So there you go. Now here's another thing I'm thinking. Like I said, it must be money. It must be that she needs money. Otherwise, why is she doing this quest? Like, I'm sure that that bounty pays a lot. Wait, there was, I'm pretty sure there was the, when she brought in that bounty paper, there was definitely the price, like the reward, like written down. Where is it? I need to see the poster again, the bounty poster. Yeah, the bounty on it is massive. Wait a minute. 1,000, 100,000. Oh my god, that's a lot. Wait, what? 100 million? 5 billion, I think? Or is it more than that? It's probably more than that, 5 trillion or so. I'm not really sure. It's a huge amount of money. And obviously, like, like this is like in Eris. The coins are in Eris. So the valuation, obviously, I'm not really sure how much. This is like a very, very, very big amount. And like, for a moment I was thinking like, wait, Kazuma literally got quite a good amount of money just recently. But this is way more than that. So, yeah, I think, yep, she needs the money, and that's why she's doing that. And obviously, the money will definitely get, like divided. Like, how many of them are there? Kazuma, Megumin, Darkness, and Aqua. So it'll be divided into 4. So each will get at least like 1/4 of it, which is still a huge amount. So I'm guessing like Darkness probably realized like, yeah, if we're able to somehow defeat the Hydra, like I'll be able to do something with the money and help out my family or something like that. And that's why she came and asked Kazuma for help. So yeah, anyways, let's wait and see what happens. And now, like I said, another question, like I said, where the hell did Alder get that picture? Like, who? Like, I'm sure someone like sat down and sketched Darkness, that picture we saw. So why would he have it? I don't understand that. Oh wait a minute. Is this Darkness's mansion? Wait a minute, let me check. Or is this, I'm just assuming this is Alder's mansion. Maybe that's Darkness's mansion that he's sitting in. I'm not really sure. You know what? Whatever. Screw it. He probably got his hands on it somehow. If that's his place. Or if that's Darkness's mansion, then something like that. I'm not really sure. Okay, anyway. And okay, so, oh my god. This is gotten messy, I feel like. At the beginning it didn't really seem that serious, but then from the middle of this episode, things started getting a bit serious, especially from the whole the prophecy thing. When the prophecy, like, he gave us the prophecy, from that point onwards it starts getting a little bit grimmer and grimmer. And now, like the final ending scene, like it seems like Aldrip is up to no good again, and he probably has some kind of leverage against Darkness's family, and something like that. And I can pretty much guess what like they meant by Darkness like self-sacrificing herself. I can kind of, yeah, I can kind of guess what that means. So yeah, it's kind of clear now what's going on and what direction this is taking. But I guess that's why, like, he kind of said like, oh, Kazuma, like, I said that Darkness won't be able to help herself, but someone else might be able to do it. So something like that he said. So yeah, we need to keep that in mind. Anyways, yeah, so that was today's episode. Now let me go through this episode scene by scene. Let me see if I missed anything. In the very first scene, we get to see Kazuma has come back to the guild, and Luna is giving him the money. How much is it? Okay, wait a minute. Adventure Sato Kazuma-san, here's a grand bounty for taking down the Devil King's General Sylvia. Okay, how much is it? Wait a minute. 300 million Aries. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Okay, that's a good amount. So yeah, everyone's like, oh wow, we believed in you, Kazuma, this and that. And Kazuma's like, like, I doubt that, but I'm a generous man, like, let's get the best bubbly today. As soon as he got the money, he immediately started spending it. Typical Kazuma. And I'm sure Aqua loves it as well. They're getting the most expensive bubbly, and you can see like from that point onwards, 1 week later, Kazuma and Aqua just having the greatest time of their life. They're probably going to different places, eating food, and we can see here they're literally in a restaurant, where probably a very good restaurant, expensive restaurant, and Kazuma's like, this this food, can you bring the chef in, please? And the way he said that, and the chef is like, what's going on? Is everything okay, sir? And the chef is using an accent, an English accent, the way foreigners speak when they try to speak in Japanese, that type of accent, which was obviously a fake one. He just drops it midway, and again brings it back up again. But Kazuma's like, they're just spouting crap. Whatever they're saying, they themselves even don't know what they're saying. Aqua tries to act sophisticated and be like, oh, this wine, it seems like it's this particular brand, isn't it? And the chef is like, no, it's just a cheap one. And she just keeps quiet for a moment, and then she's like, what's hilarious? It took her that long to properly counter argue, put a counter argument to that fact. When the chef said oh, it's a cheap one, I was immediately she could easily say something like, oh, but that just means you're that talented, you were able to make the cheap thing so tasty. She actually says that, but it takes her at least 15 seconds of silence for her to process and think what to say, and then she says that. So it's a pretty good indication of Aqua's intelligence, why her intelligence is in the lower digits. She takes that long to say such an obvious counter argument. But anyways, then we have Kazuma again spewing crap again. Literally makes no sense whatever he's saying. It's one of those. I think they were making fun of the whole the cooking shows in anime that we have, where characters over exaggerate, they're like, oh, this food is from this that, and they over exaggerate the whole thing, and make those type of shows, Shokugeki no Soma, this and that, all these cooking animes. Obviously I feel they were making a parody of it. Kazuma was just doing that stuff, and the chef was not having any of it. Anyways, all the customers are just staring at them. They're like, what the hell is going on? Who are these weirdos? And and then in the end, Kazuma's like, oh, I had a great time. Here we go. Keep the change. Here's a reward for a job well done. You can keep the change for your teeth. And the chef is like, that comes out at the exact change, but we'll be happy to have you again. So here's the thing. This means two things. Either Kazuma and Aqua had no clue how expensive it was here, and that's why they thought this would probably give a good tip, but it turns out it was the exact change, so that. Or they exactly knew how expensive it was, and they still did it, acting like that, because this is Aqua and Kazuma we're talking about. They definitely would do something like this, and just so that they can save money or whatever. I don't know, either of that. I think it was probably the former. They literally had no idea how expensive it was. That's why this happened. Anyways, so they go out, and at Kazuma and Aqua we're going to go here, there. They're just making plans of going to other places and eating more food and stuff. And Aqua's like, oopsie, I forgot about that. We are supposed to go there, aren't we, tomorrow? Oh god, yeah. Oh my god, these two have the same brain cells. This Kazuma and Aqua. What am I? It's just that Kazuma's a bit more intelligent, but they have the same brain cells. Oh god. Right. Now, then they come back home, and then they see Megumin feeding Darkness ice, while Darkness is tied up in a mattress in front of the fireplace. It's such a weird thing to suddenly just, and they're like, oh, sorry if interrupted, and like I'm making saying, no, you're making a wrong impression. That's not what it seems like. And then they get to know, like, like this is just darkness being darkness, and she's doing this to like check out her heat resistance or whatever. She says, like, since I've leveled up compared to last year, my resistance to heat seems to have increased. So anyways, so yeah. And then Kazuma's like, oh, perfect opportunity. You bullied me back in the capital, so I'm going to do the same to you as well. But like I said, darkness would just like it. It doesn't matter if you do it to darkness, because she'll just enjoy it. All right. Anyways, and then we get to see the whole Aqua and her dragon egg. This weird guy came in and gave her like an egg, and like, and obviously, like Aqua fell for it because the guy was flattering her. He was like, oh, like, like, I'm so amazed to find out, like, like, you guys are not only great adventurers, but I'm amazed to find out that you're so beautiful as well. And Aqua's like, oh, like, well, that's true, that you won't find many who can compare to me. Obviously, like, immediately Aqua falls for that trick, and then he's like, can I offer you this? Here you go, a dragon egg. This is something that is very expensive, like probably not even like, like a lot of some riches won't be able to compare to this, but you can have it. However, and then Kazuma's like, did you buy it? And Aqua's like, yeah, he gave it to me for the amount of money I had at that point. So this guy literally came and held her, like, handed her over a chicken egg and just robbed her of her money. So great, and Aqua's like, oh, I'm going to call it Emperor Zell. This is going to be definitely a dragon, this and that. And Kazuma's like, yeah, well, whatever, if you're happy with that. So later we get to see Aqua, darkness, and Kazuma goes to Wiz's place, and Megumi is back at home trying to hatch the egg or whatever she's doing. Okay, wait, how much does Kazuma get here? How much is it? Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Your payment as promised. Did they mention how much she got? Wait a minute. This is about the boy's reward, I take it. Come inside. Okay, no, I cannot find it. I think they mentioned, I just forgot. But, again, Kazuma got a good amount here as well. Okay, anyways, so Aqua's throwing up a fuss again. Kazuma's just, like, rubbing his face on the money, and, like, Vanin is like our co-workers are like tired from overworking, so keep quiet. So, oh my god, now here Vanin tells them that the fact that Wiz messes up so much, there's one good way to actually stop that, is make her overwork so much that she completely collapses. That's how he's preventing Wiz from being a nuisance, basically. and I'm like, he's just exploiting her at this point. So that's literally what he's doing. But anyways, like, this is Vani we're talking about, so yeah. Either way, okay, so here Vani says, like, I can see like a weird type of an aura, like a destructive aura, on darkness. I can prophesize what's going on. Shall I do it? And oh no, this part was kind of funny because where's that part? Here we go. This part, incidentally, You, the woman who was tormented by her flushed body, who spent her nights. Darkness interrupts him. Kazuma's like, what were you saying? Like, complete your sentence, please. Darkness stops Kazuma from saying that, and even when later, when Kazuma was like just insisting on Vani telling what he was wanting to say, Darkness probably him. It's pretty funny because like you see like Kazuma's gotten his face is like swollen up. You can see Aqua petting his head. It's hilarious. I don't know, like, this is just such a. I love how Kazuma and Aqua's, like, like combination, their chemistry is. They bicker like little kids, like pulling each other's hairs, kicking each other, scratching each other, and then in situations like this, Aqua tries to take care of Kazuma. I remember in the movie as well, if you remember that part, where Kazuma gets traumatized by those, what were those, gorillas or whatever? No, orcs, sorry, not gorillas, orcs. Yeah, those are orcs, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. Like he got traumatized, Kazuma like was like full on PTSD mode, and Aqua like puts him on her lap and was like petting his head. Like, I've seen multiple instances like this before as well. Like, these two are at each other's throats at all the time. But when Kazuma needs help, Aqua actually, like, kind of like comforts him, pets his head and everything. Oh boy, it's hilarious. Oh god. Okay, anyways. So after that, Vani talks to Darkness, like starts reading her, you know, future or whatever, and then Vani brings up two completely unrelated things. The first one was, where is it? Okay. The first one was, why are you a crusader have been trying to lighten your armor? So Darkness is like, oh, I'm trying to make so that I can hit easy. But then he's like, you're lying. Tell me the truth. And then she's like, it's because of my abs. And then there was that part where he brings up when Darkness was in front of the mirror, look, like, trying to, like, kind of checking out Megumin's dresses. And then she's like, getting disappointed and being like, I cannot wear this. This won't fit me. And I'm just getting disappointed and everything. And he says that. And then Darkness is like, stop this. And Aqua tries to comfort Darkness and being like, it's fine, like, like, don't worry about it, like, like, it's completely fine to do something like that. Okay. And then Darkness is like, is it really necessary to bring all of this up? And he's like, no, obviously not. I'm just, making conversation. This has nothing to do with the prophecy. Okay, anyways, so after all of that, we get to know what the real prophecy is. So I'm going to read this part, word by word. Your family home and your father are going to encounter disaster. Given your dull mind, you are likely to do something rash and self-destructive in an effort to resolve this. But your sacrifice will be in vain. Yes, it's clear to me that nothing you can do can resolve this. It may be most wise to abandon everything and flee. Perhaps you could take this shrinking violet of a man who don't make a move despite thinking I'd bet she'd say yes if I went for it, and elope to the ends of the world to start over. And Kazuma like what the hell are you saying? Okay, so anyways, Darkness is like, it's fine, like, like, we won't be accepting requests anytime soon, right? So let me just go back to my house for a moment. And then Vanir is like, wait, Kazuma, I have something to say to you as well. One more piece of prophecy. So this prophecy is, you should not rest idle upon your payment. It will be wise to continue devising new marketable merchandise. I told the girl that there's nothing she can do about her fate, but effort dependent that may not prove true for you. So yeah, he's basically like, she might not be able to do anything, but you might be. So just don't stay still, do something, whatever it is, you know. So Kazuma's thinking about that, and when he comes back home next day, he was with Chomsky, and that's when darkness comes in. Like I said, this is what I thought how it went. She went back to her home, saw the situation. Probably like they're like struggling with money or something. That's why darkness went to the guild, grabbed the most difficult quest, the most dangerous one, which pays the most amount of money, which was the Hydra one, and he came in to Kazuma, bringing it to him. Like I said, and even like I'm sure Kazuma as well disregarded this whole thing, because this is usually what darkness does, to get a kick out of her masochism, bringing in like difficult quests. So he just brushed it aside. But later we get to see the fact that she doesn't stop at that, and she even goes as far as to say that, oh fine, upon completion of the quest, I'll give you a smooch on your cheek. And like I said, I didn't think about that in that moment, but I should have immediately realized the fact that darkness is going further means that this is actually something that she really wants to do. So this is something very important, because usually she doesn't go this far. Usually it just stops there. She brings in a difficult quest. Kazuma's like, what the hell is this? We're not doing this. And darkness is like, okay, whatever. That's where it ends. The fact that she goes further means this must be important. I should have realized then, but I didn't. I was reacting at that moment. Either way, darkness also doesn't realize anything. Kazuma also doesn't think about it much. And he's like, oh, I think this, like, he grabs Chomsuke and he's like, you think this lazy, I think this lazy believes her kisses are worth risking your life for? Who does she think she is? That's one of the most self-absorbed things I've ever heard. And then, darkness, in the end, she goes and sits down in front of Kazuma. And, in the end, Kazuma's like, okay, whatever, let's go. And yeah, they are in front of that lake. And that lake was obviously polluted. So, Aqua's not having any of it. She's like, what the hell is this? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing a crazy quest like this. While Megumin, as always, is very excited. She just wants to slay a Hydra. And since Hydras are more like a dragon, she's like, I'll become a dragon slayer like this. And you can see, like, darkness is showing none of her, like, masochistic, like, like, tendencies that she usually shows. Again, like, it's pretty obvious that this is very serious to her. She's not like joking or not like doing her usual things. So Aqua then, like, begrudgingly, she's like, fine, whatever, I'll do it. And she goes into the water, starts purifying it. So their main plan was purifying the water so that the Hydra comes out, and then Megumin is going to explode it. That's their whole plan. Aqua falls asleep in the water and it gets purified, obviously, and the Hydra come up. And you see the Hydra, obviously it's a Hydra. It has like 8 heads or something like that. How many heads does it have? Something like that. I'm guessing, wait a minute, let me count. Where is it? I need to see the Hydra's picture first. Oh my god, where is that? Okay, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8. Obviously it's a Hydra. It will have 8 heads. So yeah, so the Hydra has come out. Aqua is on top of the Hydra's head. She's panicking. Kazuma's like, oh no, this is bad. Wait a minute, let me see what Megumin is doing. I think Megumin is pretty excited, isn't she? Wait a minute, let me check. Wait. Like, obviously, Aqua is screaming. Kazuma is concerned. Darkness is also concerned, as you can see. I cannot see Megumin's expression. Do they show Megumin's expression? Oh yeah, Megumin is also concerned because she realized that since Aqua is on top of the Hydra, she cannot use her explosion magic. So yeah, it's a problem. So it's a bad situation, basically. And while all of this is going on, we get to see Alder sitting and looking at Darkness's picture and smiling. So there you go. Obviously, this is something that, like, Alder has his hands, like, in. And what I could guess from it is that because of some kind of a situation, like, Darkness's family is now in some kind of a monetary problem, like economic, like bad type of situation. They need money. Maybe they're in debt. and that's why Darkness is trying to do a crazy quest like this to gain the money, while Alder is just grinning and trying to take advantage of this. He'll probably say something like, oh, like you know, like make Darkness get married like to me or something like that. I'm sure he's going to bring it up because that's definitely what he's going to say. I'm 100% sure of it. So like his original plan probably was to take in or switch in his position with Iris's brother and then marry Darkness. But since that plan went into shambles after, you know, like we were able to get the necklace back from Iris, now he's probably trying to do this, whatever this is. So, you know, yeah. Anyways, let's wait and see. And that is it. That was today's episode number 7 of Konosuba Season 3. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in next week with another episode of Konosuba. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.